since I've been able to hop on here. Hi, my name is Jenna. Welcome to Jenna Knits. I haven't gone live in forever, and I also have not posted a video on here in a while due to just life. But I'll get into what I'm making first, and then hopefully see some familiar faces. If not, this video will at least be shared, and that's super exciting. I am back in a space where I can knit, and in a space where things are beginning to calm down a bit. So I figured I should come back and say hello and show my face. And I've missed you all so much, and all I've wanted to do is share videos and show you all what I have been knitting and things like that. I honestly didn't know if my live was gonna work this morning, so I didn't pull anything out. I just wanted to see if it would work on my phone, and it magically did. If my phone vibrates, I'm so sorry. Because my lives were broken for so long, I wasn't sure if it would work. So I grabbed a whip that's been sitting here for forever. I'm making a little purse for my niece. So I'm just doing rectangles for some reason. I'm just gonna patch piece them together. And I feel quite rusty because I haven't been here in so long. And I honestly don't even know how the live works from my phone. Let's see. I think that's fine. If anything pops up. I don't know how to get the chat on here, but if you are watching, let me know in the comments what you're working on or what whips you're trying to accomplish this week. I don't have any ambiance going on, but I just wanted to pop in for a few minutes, sneak a couple rows in hopefully, and then see what you all are up to. I have gotten quite a few messages and stuff like that wondering when I would be sharing again, and unfortunately my camera and everything is still packed up because me and the kids did move, and so a lot of that stuff is still packed up and needs to be found. So I'm going to try to make it work to where I can film from my phone, which honestly might be easier anyway. So we'll see how that goes this time around. If I can share this video on my actual YouTube page, that would be solid to at least dip my toes back in. But I'm very excited that it has just appeared and seems to be working. If you're curious as to what I'm wearing the October sweater using a double-stranded Rowan's tweed. So it's a little bit thicker, a little bit chunkier, and I'm obsessed with this sweater. It is my most favorite thing. I'm actually starting, I have a little tickle. I'm starting a project. I'm teaching my mom how to knit this coming weekend, and I am teaching her how to make the October sweater using some yarn that she has, because it was a very simple pattern. It was a beautiful construction. It's my most comfortable sweater that I have. My spicula sweater is also very comfortable, but it's got cables, and so it's not necessarily, not that cables are complicated, but they can be overwhelming to somebody that's never played with them before. So I am going to be teaching her the October sweater, and I think that's from Originally Lovely, I think is the name of that designer. And I've done a couple of her sweaters. I'm pretty sure the October is hers as well. And I love it because it's worked flat first to create a neckline, and then joined in the round, and then it's just raglan, basic raglan after that. It's got the folded neckline. I just shorten the sleeves because I have kids and I'm always wet. So it's just easier to have more of a cropped sleeve. One day I'll have sleeves down to my wrist again, but that day is not today. So I'm going to be doing that with her. We're both going to start it the same stitch count, same everything. So we're making the duplicate of the sweater so that when she gets to a hiccup, I'm right there with her and can really tell her, you know, how to fix the issue or whatever. And then she can get in the habit of working flat and then learning how to get in the round and all that stuff. So it should be really fun. She knows how to do the stitches, so she just doesn't know how to do the construction. So that'll be really fun. I'm excited to see that, to see what she ends up making, and hopefully by Christmas she will have her very own October sweater. And what she doesn't know is that I picked out specific yarn for her so that the sweater I'm making duplicate of, she thinks is for me, but it will actually end up being for her as well. So she will get 2 October sweaters out of this instead of just one. But I picked this really beautiful, rich, dark green, like very mossy dark green. And I'm really excited. It's super soft. It's really beautiful. And I think she's going to absolutely love it. It's very holiday, Christmassy, and she thinks I'm just making it for me. So it's very exciting that she'll end up getting one for herself. But if you're just joining in, hi. Let me know in the comments what you're working on. I am just working on a very basic bag, just patchwork pretty much, making rectangles. Maybe I'll switch it up and make a square with the next color and kind of, I don't know, do like a quilty vibe with it. I'm not sure. But it's for my niece for Christmas. I'm just trying to get these silly whips out of the way because even though it's been a minute since I have been on here, I have like 8 whips on the needles and it's getting to be a bit overwhelming. So these ones that aren't super time consuming, that have just been sitting for months and months, I want to try to get rid of them so that I can really focus on Christmas things. Hello, if you guys are just joining in. Hello, hello. I'm so happy to see you guys in here. Please let me know what you're working on, or if you've bought any new yarns, or if you have any new patterns that you want to talk about. Hi, how are you? I haven't looked at new patterns in a really long time. Oh, thank you. I do my best. Hello. But I haven't dabbled in patterns or really even like caught up on any content creators to see what kind of patterns have been released really since like spring. So I am in South Carolina, so I live in the States. Very funny. I hope you guys are doing okay today though. Hopefully you're working on something. But I'm just using cheap Hobby Lobby yarn for this since I already know this project will get, I don't know, it'll get use, some aggressive use since she's a preteen. I didn't want to use super luxe yarn on it since I know that it'll be going to school and be kind of carried around to parks and whatnot. I wanted something that would be durable and that wouldn't make anybody too sad if it needed to be mended. But I'm just working until the skein is gone. And then once it's gone, I just cast on the next color and just keep going. This will be the 3rd block that I've done for it. Probably going to make it like the size of a market bag. Nothing too wild. Oh, very cool. See, I don't know how to crochet. I really, really, really want to learn how to crochet, but I've been knitting for close to 6 years now. But something about the hook makes me nervous. So I've never dabbled, but I am the only knitter in my craft group. Everybody else all crochets. It's very, very cool. Yeah, that's something I really want to learn. Hopefully next year I can get my mind ready and get rid of that imposter syndrome when it comes to crochet. Just, I don't know. I feel like I won't be able to do it for some reason. And I've always psyched myself out about it. I have no idea why, but that for some reason I've always psyched myself out about it. But that's super cool. You think so? See, that's how I feel about crochet. Like they do it so fast, and I was like, how do you even know what you have going on in there? Like I watch my friends do it. I'm like, I can't even keep track of a single thing that you're doing. Like, where do you even know how to put your hook in? Like, it's just so confusing to me. This, I'm like, I know I have this many stitches and I need to keep this many stitches. But I have heard that if you learn, you know, one first, it's always easier. You always think it's easier than the other one. I have heard that crochet is easier than knitting, but to me it just seems, it's just witchcraft. No? How long have you been crocheting? I really just need to just do it. I know I would have so much fun with it if I could just get out of my mind about it. Oh, really? How old am I? I'm 33. I guess I start off slow with knitting too. Like when I first cast on, it's always a slow process until I'm like working it. And then once, you start decreasing or whatever, it always gets a little bit faster. That's super cool. I wish that I had learned how to knit when I was that young. That's really, really cool. Yeah, I didn't learn until I was in like my mid-20s, and I absolutely fell in love with it. For 50 years, wow. Yeah, that's my girlfriend. She can whip out like a full blanket in like a week, like a full twin blanket. And I just like with the very intricate pattern, I just think it's so impressive. And the designs that you can do with crochet, I feel like it's like a limitless situation. Whereas with knitting, you're kind of like confined to this and to stitches. I feel like you have so much more like flowed freedom with crochet that you don't really have with knitting. I don't know. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, she's really fast. She's very impressive. Very intimidating to fiber craft with. Hello. Yeah, that's true. It is consistency. Once it just becomes muscle memory after a while too. So do you meet up with people in crochet, or do you just kind of keep it to yourself? Or do you still make things now, or is it just something that you did in a past life? Because I know some people like come and go with the hobby. I realize if I'm not working on a project, like it feels incomplete. Like I always have to have something going on. I live in the States in South Carolina. If I knew how to block you, buddy, I would. I'm not gonna lie. If I was on my computer, you'd be blocked from my chat. But thanks for the interaction, I suppose. Ugh. I'm glad it's exciting for you. I'm glad you're having a good time. That's cool though. At least you still remember how to do it, so that if you ever did want to pick up the hook again, you could. That's really cool. And it was instilled so young. I feel like you could really get back into it super fast. That's really, really cool. Like my mom taught me how to cross stitch when I was really little. And so I feel like I could pick that up if I wanted to. I don't know if my eyes would appreciate it very much, but those things that you learn when you're super young, I feel like they stick with you even if you do kind of part ways for a long time. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, maybe I'll get myself a crochet class for Christmas and just force myself into it. I do think I would have fun. And it would help, I think it would help my knitting too, just to learn the technique. They kind of go hand in hand sometimes with certain projects. Or even adding like embellishment to my project with crochet work is pretty cool. It does. It has its moments, but it does for sure. I completely agree. But having a hobby is a nice little escape sometimes, I will say that. So do you do any other kind of crafting? I'm curious as to how you found my live if you don't currently craft. It was nice to meet you too. Hopefully I'll see you in the next live. Oh, nice. Very cool. Well, enjoy the rest of your day. It was nice talking to you. Well, I'm only going to stay on for a few more minutes. Thank you. That's very sweet. This was more just a test to see if my live is in fact working again, and I'm so happy to see that it is. So I might just have to pop in live on my phone instead of my computer since this worked so beautifully this time. And that means I can just hop in whenever, which is very exciting. I usually go live every weekend, but my live was broken for the longest time. And so this was like a trial of when I can, to see if it would work on my phone. So I'll be live again tomorrow, probably around the same time. And then I'll be live for about an hour on Saturday morning. So I'll try to post on my page what time, but it's usually in the mornings on the weekend. But I'll make sure I post to keep everybody updated since now that I know my live isn't broken anymore. It used to be a weekly thing though, where I would come on and just do one of my whips and work with people on their projects and stuff like that. So I'll try to get back on a consistent schedule. What have you become? I don't quite understand your question. I'm not going to lie. Thank you so much, Austin. Have a great day. All right, my friends. We're up on the 20-minute mark. I just wanted to pop in here for just a few minutes. Again, just to see if my live was working. And since it is, I'm going to finish out this row. But if you're new to my channel, after popping in, please subscribe. I also share a lot on TikTok of my whips. I have a business on Instagram that I'll link below. All that good stuff. I will be live again tomorrow morning. I'll just do it this way, which is great. And I'll have a different whip to work on tomorrow because hopefully this one will be done. And whoop, I lost my yarn. But yeah, feel free to subscribe so you can stay in the loop on what's going on. This one was very casual, very informal and unprepared because I genuinely thought it was going to be broken. So I hope you all have an amazing day and I will see you in the next one.